Hi. Okay, so you have heard the news, and yes, we are having our first services at 390 Industrial Parkway South on June 28th. We are so excited about it. We have a team of volunteers and staff who are working diligently to ensure your safety when you arrive. So I just want to run down with you right now just a couple of the things that you might be asking, the couple questions that you might have based on what you can expect when arriving at Aurora Cornerstone. So first things first, we've moved to 2 services. This is the only way we can ensure that our maximum occupancy for health requirements is adhered to. So we will have 2 services, one at 9:30 a.m. and the other at 11:11. Now, I know you want to know, how can we be sure that we have limits on the number of people attending each service? Well, we've thought about that. You'll have to register for the service that you'd like to attend. So if you'd like to attend the 9:30 service, simply click 9:30 a.m. and that will be the service that we'll be expecting you at. Why is it important to do this? It is important to do this so that we know how many people we can be expected and we can set up the seats accordingly. So the 9:30 a.m., we encourage anyone who is more vulnerable to attend that service, and 11:11, anyone can attend that service. We do have limits on the number of people that can attend in person. We can hold about 45 people in each service. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, and I know you're wondering, well, if I get to reserve my seat too late, what happens? We are also going to be having live stream on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're not able to get a seating and get a spot for any of those services, then you can still participate in the service through Facebook and YouTube. We will be sharing that information before service every Sunday. As you can imagine, with these limitations, especially with young kids, we're unable to fully ensure the safety of your children and the volunteers. So at this time, there will be no kid programming on Sunday mornings. However, when they come to church, they will receive pre-packaged bags of pencils and sheets of paper, which we would encourage them to draw or color or whatever they'd like to do that is consistent with the message that Pastor Wayne is teaching. The volunteer team that is putting them together will be using gloves to ensure safety. When you get to the church, there will be someone under the carport, if it's not a windy day, under the carport, just asking you questions about your health over the last week. Now, you can also fill out that form before you arrive on Sunday, but if you haven't, at that point, we will be asking those questions. Once you are all clear to enter the building, someone will at the door will greet you with sanitizer and offer you a mask if you don't have one. Listen, we encourage you to bring your own masks because we only have a limited number of masks. But if you do need one, we will have one for you. As you enter the church, someone will be there to just greet you and then take you to your seat. Here's where I need your help. We have assigned seating in the auditorium. So for each service, 9:30 a.m. and 11:11, we will be using alternate rows to ensure we remain socially distant and to avoid crossover. So when an AC family member takes you to your seat, I'm asking you please to be respectful and remain in the seat that you've been assigned. This will help us ensure there's enough social distancing based on the number of people attending both services. Now, when you sit in that seat, just so that you know, if you come to the 9:30 service, when you sit in that seat, we will be putting a little sticker on that seat so that we know where that seat has been occupied. And that just helps us with our sanitation at the end of service, and that helps us with the seating for the 11:11 service. At the end of each service, we are also asking you to remain in your seats until an AC family volunteer comes and leads you out. We will need to do that just so there isn't any major crossover upon exit. What about communion? June 28th is the last Sunday of the month, and we typically have communion on that Sunday. So here's what we'll be doing for communion. We have secured pre-packaged communion. So we will simply be putting those out and be giving them to you as you enter into the sanctuary. We ask you to hold on those packages until our joint communion time. We know that we haven't seen each other for a while, and it's gonna be hard for me. I know it. So I know it's gonna be hard for a lot of people. No kisses, no hugs, elbow bumps as we did before, or any other things, salutes, high five, smiles, whatever that might be, but absolutely no contact. It pains me to say that. Well, I think that's it. We are excited. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's going to be all worth it because church would not be the same without you.